This is Lola Selena. I also go by Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. I know it's been a hot minute since you guys have seen me. I hope you guys are doing great on this Wednesday evening. I thought the quarter moon was yesterday, but I think it actually was today. Wait, it is Wednesday, right? No, yeah, it is Wednesday. Sorry, Clyde's just up to something. But I hope you guys are doing fabulous. So, one, I just wanted to connect with you guys, but also I did have a bit of a channel message that was trying to come in today. And it kind of came in a progression over time. So yeah, we're going to get into that. We may even pull cards as well. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. There's also a Patreon, a website, all that stuff. So you guys can go ahead and check all that out for yourselves. You can probably tell my energy is in an interesting space today. And again, I think it is the quarter moon. So I think that's part of it. Let me just come up on the comments here for a minute. Let's see. So excited, grateful. Glad you guys can make it. Glad you guys can make it, by the way. Definitely experiencing a lot, both physical health and energetic, psychic stuff. Okay, we'll talk about that too. I wasn't going to talk about that, but we can talk about that too. It's going to be like that today, where I'm going to need to take a minute and then come right back. Yeah, so let's get into the channel message first that I was getting. It was kind of interesting, so I'm curious how it's going to be playing out as well. Let me just get my little timestamp thing ready. Yeah, I definitely want to pull cards for this because this one's really interesting. Hold on, let me get the timestamp. Wow, already I can tell my throat is kind of raspy. Or do you have some new face gear? I do. It was a birthday present to myself because my solar return was insane and not in a good way. And I've always wanted one. So yeah, and it just was well timed with everything else going on. So please feel free to check it out. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks great. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this channel message. All right. So earlier today when I was driving, I started to get this download coming in. The number 367 came in. I know that's super specific, but 3s, 6s, or 7s could be significant for you. And I can feel some of the collective's energy. So I want to pause here for a second. If you have been going through some intense, weird, physical, psychic, weird waves of stuff, we're going to talk about that. But I want to get to this channel message first. But yeah, the number 367 came in. Again, very specific. 3s, 6s, or 7s could apply here for you. And I saw an egg that was severely cracked, but the egg looked so weird. It was kind of like a lime green, yellow egg, but the cracks were like a pine green. It was very strange. And there's something about it that felt a little unsettling. And I was like, okay, but I was driving, I had stuff going on, and I was like, I'm gonna have to come back to this later. So I decided to just plant the seed essentially for the rest of the channel by scheduling a live and then going and sitting down when I had some bandwidth to just feel that through. And then what came through was a snake. And so this actually may have been something that has progressed or shifted for 6:06 on the clock. I felt the need to look at the stove. I was like, oh shit, 6:06. So 6s again coming up here. Damn it, there goes my throat. By the way, that breaks down to a 3. 6:06. Give me a second. Oh shit. Oh Lord, I hope this isn't gonna be the water sign reading. The last water sign reading I did on Patreon was this, the whole time, and it was very frustrating. Oh, excuse me. So if this is for you, if this message is for you, there may have been something that has progressed very rapidly for you in whatever this is pertaining to. Okay, it could even have been throughout the course of a day, or hours even. But I saw the snake, very similar coloring to the egg, and it gave me that vibe of oh, this came from the egg. It's that's the vibe that I got. But the snake was the coloring on it was kind of epic. It had the green and the yellow going on, but it was God, it's so hard to describe. First of all, it's very Cobra-esque. Delilah, thank you for the 199. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate that. On the phone, everything is so close. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Hi, Clyde. But the snake was definitely Cobra-esque. It had like the whole like fan thing going on the head, but like the underbelly was white. So it was like, it was almost like the base of the snake, its like base color is like white, but then it had all this like splashes or even like patterning of like the yellow and the gold that I saw on the egg. And the eyes were not normal snake eyes either. Like, you know how snake eyes, like, I feel like snake eyes, reptile eyes, like, they look very specific. Like, you can tell, like, oh, those eyes belong to a snake if you saw them out of context. These were different. It was almost like a cross, like, on both of the eyes, but even the eyes were, like, pale white with a little bit of really pale green. It was, like, it was really fascinating. Um, if it wasn't for the coloring, I would have said this was, like, a very albino-like snake. But hence, that's what I saw. And the eyes were just like very fixed, focused even. Bubby, do you want to settle? Sorry, hold on a second, guys. Do you want to settle? Please? I know. You're just feeling the vibes and you want some scritches. I know. He's here. So you can like see him off camera a little bit. He's like going, he's like, scratch more. Anyway, coming back, cat mom moment. So we have this snake energy going on. And then at the same time, I was getting a lot about the owl. The owl was coming through, and I was being reminded about this quarter moon with the sun in Scorpio squaring off with moon in Aquarius. But we also have that outside of just this quarter moon. We've been having that for quite some time, in waves and in phases, because Pluto's in Aquarius. And so as we entered Scorpio season, and even as like when Mars entered Scorpio, when Mercury, he's all excited. When Mars entered Scorpio, when Mercury entered Scorpio, all of that was facing off with Pluto, Bubsy, and also Cheroklo, because Cheroklo's what's in Aquarius. So it's like, this is not an energy that we are like not familiar with, but I think this quarter moon has put an interesting like amplification on it or emphasis on that. And so with Scorpio squaring off with Aquarius, it's both fixed energy. But Aqua and Scorpio are fascinating together because while one is air and one's water, they both have this theme or affinity of liking to dabble in things that are a little different, that are a little out there, that are not like the norm or the mainstream. But Scorpio takes it to a whole other level, right? While Aquarius, it's more like, ooh, that's interesting. Let me express it in this way. Let me learn about it in this way. Scorpio's like, let me bathe in my full essence and embodiment of the deepest, darkest depths of this weird thing. It's like, even if no one knows about it, right? So it's like one's very internalized and one is actually a little bit more like shows it, expresses it, shares it, kind of a way. But also Aquarius leans more into intellect than Scorpio does. They're both very intellectual, but Scorpio is also way more about intuitive knowing as well. While Aquarius doesn't always like to go there, doesn't always need to go there. Aquarius likes to kind of fall back a little bit more on like logic, and just what makes sense. And that's kind of the forces that are kind of like fighting each other around this time. And so the fact that Owl came up, I was like, oh, that's like, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because Owl is intuitive, divine wisdom, feminine knowledge, medicine, what have you. Suddenly I feel out of breath. There's a lot going on with the upper chakras here. And I think that's also part of what some people may be experiencing recently with these weird psychic waves, but we'll talk about that at the end. But coming back to the owl to me also touches on Aquarius because owls to me also represent like intellect, truly. I mean, to be honest with you. So if you've been having owls come up, I wouldn't be shocked. Oh my God. It's like it's such a weird energy that comes in waves and it's like it's really irritating me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay focused. So we have this owl energy, we've got this snake energy, right? Which you can even say kind of epitomizes Scorpio, one kind of epitomizes Aquarius, but these two energies coming up, I do feel like for whoever this is for, because it's not for everybody. It's a collective message, but it's not for everybody. Take it as it resonates. I feel like these are two aspects of self. You could be, oh, I held my crown. Well, there's a lot happening right now. There's a lot happening right now. A little bit of activation warning, just so you guys know, for those who are watching. You may get a little activated in a few minutes. This feels like two aspects of self looking at each other, recognizing each other, almost trying to like reconcile with each other or like consolidate with each other, like finding some sort of bridge is what it feels like. You could even say integration. You could even say union. I think all these words apply in whatever way you're experiencing it. But if you're not experiencing this within yourself, I do feel like some people, like all of a sudden my heart feels really weird. So much going on. If you're not experiencing this just with yourself, I do feel very strongly that some people are experiencing this with the external reality. Almost like, how do I want to say? It feels more like the owl looking out at the snake, but the snake is looking back. So I'm gonna say that again. It's almost like I'm seeing more through the eyes of the owl. Like the owl is the collective energy if you're experiencing this externally, right? Not just internally. Because again, some of you, it's definitely just parts of self that you're reconciling here. It's like the owl is looking out and sees the snake, and the snake looks back. That's how that's kind of what it's giving me. Um, Ooh, I will say too, because I haven't done a sacred bond reading in a while. Um, some of you, this could apply. The snake wants attention right now. Hold on, let me lean into the snake energy a little bit. Yeah, this is interesting. This like snake aspect of self or snake energy could even be a guide, right? Could be a guide. I'm experiencing it more in the collective in the first two ways that I spoke about, but that third way of it being a guide, I think could also apply. Bubsy. Um, wants recognition. But it's interesting because I'm like, no, the owl does recognize. The owl does recognize. The owl sees. So why is there still a want there? Why, like, it's almost like something still hasn't been fully acknowledged with this snake energy. This is interesting. If you're experiencing this as an aspect of self, or even as another individual, or a part, like a shadow, I want to say a shadow part actually of another individual, which isn't bad. Like shadow is also just where, shadow, we all have shadow, right? There's a lot of pieces of self that encompass the shadow. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, it's almost like there's like a lack of satisfaction. Um, Bubby, that's coming from the snake. And I want to say there's like a misunderstanding kind of energy too, where it's like, I think that's where like the lack of satisfaction is coming from. Oh my God. That's Clyde, just doing his Clyde thing. Hey, Bubs. Hey, can you calm down, please? I know, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Can you settle a little bit? No? You're not having it? Okay. Um, yeah, it's like this snake energy. It's like it's just not satiated. The snake energy is not satiated. That's what it is. It's not satiated. It's just not satiated. And even when I kind of like lean, like when I try to like pull back the energy and like lean into the owl a little bit, there is almost like this question mark between the two. like like a little bit of like a question of threat. A question of threat, a question of safety. Like, do you see me? Do you see me seeing you? Do you like there's like, yeah, it's interesting. There's just this like strange I want to say misunderstanding. So again, if this is like you and another person, um, it's almost like there's a question if you both see each other's true natures or an aspect of your true natures, even though you're both looking directly at each other. It's like so fascinating. Um, why do I feel like trust is just like the key word here? Like it's kind of how it's feeling. Um, yeah, that's kind of how it's feeling, you know? But if this is between two aspects of self, it just seems like you are really learning to accept and feel out a very, very specific part of yourself. And the snake, again, the snake does feel like it comes from shadow, but not in a bad way, and actually a really beautiful way, a really divine way. I'm trying to lean into more of this unique medicine because the snake, again, the coloring seems so specific to me. I'm like, there's something very specific about this snake compared to just general snake energy. Um, I get into the heart, is what I just heard. That makes sense actually with the coloring. Um, this snake aspect of self or this like snake person, this snake energy, it's like it slowly makes its way into the heart. That's what it wants to be known for. Okay. It's what it wants to be known for. But I keep getting this feeling of threat. Like it feels like a Five of Swords energy even. And the owl's just watching. I'm hearing from a safe distance. Interesting. From a safe distance. So again, if these are aspects of self, you're experiencing this all internally. I feel like this snake aspect of you is actually a very medicinal, beautiful, powerful aspect of yourself, and it just wants to be let in. It just wants to be let in and fully accepted and embraced, and to not be scared about it, not be scared of it. Oh, this makes so much sense. If this is just aspects of self for you, what comes with this like snake aspect is a sense. Some of you, it's a clair that you don't have. Well, you have it, you just haven't fully embraced it. Some of you, I'm getting like I always get them all mixed up. It's the knowing. It's the clair where it's like you just know and you don't know why you know, but you just know. Some of you, it's that. Others of you, it's clair sight. Those are the two that are coming up. Oh, I just got really dizzy. And this owl aspect of you is very aware of this other piece of you. But I want to say it's a matter of trusting it. It's all just you, it's all just you. But a part of you is scared of it. If you're experiencing this external with another person, I think you can sense this part of this person, and you don't know if you can trust them. It's almost like it's part of their shadow, but thank you. The question is, do they know it's part of their own shadow? So funny. So let's say that again, because I know I said that very quickly. And I know sometimes I say a lot, and I know it's hard to digest everything. And I will say this too, from what people, 17 on the clock, from what people have told me, a lot of people have said if they just listen to my videos as like audio only, they digest a lot more. They hear a lot more. They understand a lot more. But anyway, let's come back to this. Yeah, if you feel like you're this owl energy and you're dealing with another person who has this like snake-like quality. Oh, thank you. That reminded me of the egg. Thank you. It's an energy within them that has risen to the surface. It's always been there, but it's a lot more obvious. And you can see that, you can feel it, but you don't know if they have enough self-awareness of this part of themselves, right? Because like we all got shadow, right? And it's just a matter of like, the more self-awareness we have as individuals, right, the less threatening our own shadows are to other people because we have self-awareness, right? So if you're this owl and you're looking at this person, you're like, that person's got a snake in their shadow, and I see it, and it sees me. Do they know it's there? Are they self-aware that they have this part of themselves? Yeah, that's the question. I think they do. I do think it gets misunderstood though. Because there's something about it that I'll just be honest, it is kind of sneaky. Like it is. There's something about it that's kind of sneaky. There's something about it that's kind of too smooth. A little too smooth. A little too sly. Doesn't mean it's bad though. But they know how to get in people's hearts. Whether they use that for nefarious reasons or otherwise, they use that part of themselves to get into people's hearts. And you, owl, have kept a safe distance because you can see that. Interesting. LOL, do they know that I know that they know? They're a little bit sneaky. It is one of those weird things because like I'm literally seeing the owl and the snake just staring at each other. And it's like, y'all see, like I want like if I was just like, in a room with like two people who were like in these energies, I'd be like, y'all are looking right at each other. Of course you see each other, duh. That's what I would say. It's just funny. Yeah, so I'm getting that two different ways. between you and another person, and some of you it's aspects of self that you're reconciling, and it's like you are reconciling your own power or a piece of your own empowerment, and some of you your gifts that you're kind of scared about. You're kind of scared of because of what you will see or what you will just know. Interesting. Glad finally settled down. Okay, let's get some cards out here. I don't have all my decks with me. Let's see. I did pull out Animal Spirit because I'm like, I'm getting animals. How can I not use the animal deck? Excuse me. Oh Lord. Got a tarot deck over here. I want one more oracle. Oh, but which one? Actually, no, this is the perfect one. Okay. So my patrons know. I brought a deck back from the past. I had it the whole time. I just hadn't used it in a really long time, and it's one of my first decks actually. The Mystic Shaman Oracle. This was my very first Oracle deck, and in one of my moves, I lost the book, and I was very sad. And somehow it just kind of made its way to the back of my inventory. And then recently with this move, I was like, oh, why did I ever stop using you? Why did I ever stop working with you? So we're going to be using this one again. Okay. A part of me is tempted to do a side-by-side. I don't think that's necessary. Oh, my team just went, do it. It's like, oh, gotcha. Okay. I do feel like most of you here, and I just want to be very clear, I feel like most people who are resonating with this message, you're reconciling aspects of self. And for the smaller group of you where you're experiencing this with another person, I do think it's going to just help your own relationship to self, because relationships always do. But you could also be part of the group that have really resonated with union integrations this year, or even sacred bonds as well. Which, by the way, sacred bonds are still going to be an interesting thing for the rest of the year. Okay, let's get started with this one. I'm like, ooh, who is this? I got a very, very watery energy. I almost feel like this is the owl, actually, which is interesting because I kind of equate that to air more than water. Excuse me. Trains could be significant. Whoa, sorry, a lot just came in with that. Oh God, so much. Okay, okay. Just some things that I'm getting. The Hanged Man. The Hangman card is coming up just as trains were coming up. And with trains, as trains were starting to come up, you hear it coming, you see it coming, you know it's coming. And like, you remember how like, well, actually, do trains still do this? Maybe they don't still do this. I don't see trains enough to know one way or another, but like old school trains, right? When trains were first becoming a huge, huge innovation, they would release a lot of smoke, right? So it's like, I mean, trains are pretty powerful. They're pretty loud. Like when the trains are coming, you hear it like, I don't know, dinging the bell. Like, can you tell I like don't take trains off it? You can probably feel the reverberation on the earth. You hear it. You hear the chugging coming along. But they're highlighting smoke. Hold on a second. Amber, thank you for the $5. Thank you. But they're also highlighting smoke, steam, smoke. I wasn't alive back then. Y'all know. Excuse me. Which again, I don't think trains do anymore, but like hang in there with like the analogy, right? So it's like, yeah, I'm feeling like this is the owl aspect of self or owl person. Again, I'm getting a lot of water. You don't have to have water in your chart. We have a lot of water right now, astrologically. Like this grand water trine has been really insane. Excuse me. But yeah, something about trains, and just knowing that something is coming, but even trains in and of themselves could be a synchronicity for you. Something about the tracks. Where the tracks lead, where the tracks come from and where they go to. That's interesting. Right? Because for like, just hanging in there with the message. trains come from somewhere and they're going somewhere, right? They have a point A and they got a point B. They have a debarking location and a embarking location, right? So there's something about that too, in terms of just like what you know is coming. Sorry. Like, there's so many little things coming up here. I don't remember if it was this recent new moon. My patrons will correct me because I talk about this a lot with my patrons. I think it was this new moon where we had a fixed star. It might have been the last moon. I don't remember. There was a fixed star that was really prominent during a moon cycle very recently, the last 1 or 2 cycles, that had to do with, I think it was this new moon in Libra, where it had to do about that exact thing. Like literally knowing where you've been, you can know where you're going, kind of a thing. Some of you that may be more in the realm of like ancestry, like knowing your roots, like knowing who you came from, you understand a little bit more about your path and where what that's building up to for you. Lord, words. Totally forgot to hop on after therapy. You're okay. You made it. It wasn't Regulus. It was a fixed star that was kind of like not super talked about. It's not a super well-known star, even though it's a really strong fixed star. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I think it was to look at this new Libra. Can I get a card for this side of the table, please, for this owl energy? Ooh, owls. Okay. For those of you who you're dealing with a snake person, I want to say very strongly the snake is kind of a newer emergence within this individual. If you're experiencing this again within a connection, because I'm like, I keep coming back to the egg. Like earlier today, there was an egg, and then suddenly there's a snake. It's like, and it's like, whoa, hello. It's like, some of you owls, if you're connecting with this like egg to snake person, you've been waiting for the snake to actually show itself. You've known it's there. You've sensed it. You've sensed it, and now you see it, or now it's fully out. Okay. It's such a strange energy, and I think this feels strange to you because I'm almost like, is this turning into a fight? Or are you gonna like kiss and make love? It's like, what's happening here? It's like, it's that kind of tension. Huh. Okay. Can I get a card for the owl, please? Okay, they gave me 3, and I was just asking if all 3 are necessary. Magic. Oh, look, 3s, 33. Not surprised this is coming out for the owl here. Oh, I knew this card was gonna come out for somebody because I saw it and I'm like, oh, I'll just wait. The Sorcerer. 40. This is actually an energy about working with the shadow. So that makes so much sense as to why this is coming up. Look at all the yellows too, with the little rainbow in the background. 48. That also breaks down to a 3. Yeah, again, 3s, 6s, and 7s, man. So we have 3, 3, 3. And many paths. And look, 34, another 3. Granted, it builds up to a 7. Yeah, so owls, again, I think most of you, this snake, emergence of the snake is an aspect of you that you're trying to reconcile, that you're trying to understand, that you're trying not to feel weird about, trying to find your sea legs with, etc. That's totally the sorcerer with the magic. This is giving me very strong magician vibes. I'd be shocked if you didn't feel that you're divine or magician-like, or even like a healer in some way, shape, or form. But the many paths, I'm getting pulled back to the train again. So it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you. This is why the snake is so important for you right now. As it's emerging within you, or if you're dealing with this with another person, you can learn from this person's snake-like magic, okay? Because I keep getting the snake energy comes with a little bit more clarity of knowing or sight, psychically or otherwise. This whole notion of like where you are coming from, or or where something is coming from to know where it's going. Again, this whole like train, follow the tracks, follow the noises, symbology kind of a deal. I think you've been presented with some confusion. Okay. Owls, hang in there with me. Many paths is very much like the Seven of Cups vibe. And when we find we have a lot of options, or we find there's a lot of just like, well, like this or that or this or that, it's like it can almost make us come to a standstill, right? When there's really no wrong path, technically, we're always on the path no matter what. Sometimes it feels better than other paths that we take in the meantime, right? I feel like no matter what choice you make, you're going to end up exactly where you need to anyway. It may be a bumpy ride, it may be smooth and easy, but there's something about this snake energy and allowing yourself to get a little closer to this like shadow like aspect of self or person, this specific snake that can get into people's hearts. Interesting. Um, oh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. This snake knows how to get into people's hearts, yes? But while doing so, it connects the heart to desire, this knowing of desire, so that you can actually choose the path that not only may be in your best, um, how do I want to say, um, leading to oh my God, why can't I speak? I'm so sorry. Not only choosing the path that leads to what you want, but actually is like part of your truer desire that is in your shadow, that you're kind of afraid to talk about, or afraid to accept, or afraid to acknowledge. So you see what I'm saying here? If the snake is just an aspect of self, it's it's your own it's a part of your own power, it's a part of your own essence that is also trying to get you to get a little bit more acquainted with your truer, deeper desire. And some of you, your heart space as well. Helping you to discern and make certain choices at this time. Again, I don't think you can make a wrong choice here, but you can make a better one. Like, there are more ideal choices on the board. None of them are wrong, but this snake energy will help you with that. And if you're dealing with a snake person, if you, I almost want to say, create less space. Take that as you will. You're master of your own life and everything. But I keep getting safe distance with the owl. Like the owl's at a safe distance from the snake. So if you're dealing with a snake person, I want to say they're trying to get into your heart. They're going to show you or help you get a little bit more acquainted with your deeper desire here. Okay. At the same time, there is also like heightened awareness, heightened psychic, intuitive stuff going on here, and heightened clairs. That's also a layer of this, but it's deeper than that. So you see this whole like Scorpio Aquarius little dance going on, right? Interesting. Very interesting. Mm. Okay, let's do them. I was debating about just going deeper onto your side, Owl. Let's go into the snake energy. Let's go into the snake, please. So yeah, if you identify as the owl, and again, you're dealing with another person, a snake person, you may have your walls up. You may have some safe distance emotionally with this person. Not all of you, but I would say a good chunk of you. Oh, look, the serpent. I love when that shit works out. 46. Speaking to cycles, right? And just snake medicine. I want to see what else comes out with this. Whoa. Wow. Okay, the moon. A lot about cycles on this side. Oh, Lord. Another snake. Completion. And they got a fourth card, and it's fire. And I was getting a lot of water with the owl. Yeah, again, this would not shock me if this is resonating with union integrations or sacred bonds at this time. But getting to the snake energy, again, a lot of you, most of you, this is an aspect of your own shadow. Okay. Your own shadow that is associated with or trying to be embraced or recognized that is part of your deeper desires that you're kind of afraid of. Some of you, it's about a sense or source of power and empowerment that you're also kind of afraid of. Um, but it is an energy that's trying to get into the heart space, whether it's all within you or again, you're experiencing this by way of another person who is all of these snake like qualities. Okay. I just can't get over this. Look at that. Serpent, moon, and completion. Cycles, cycles, cycles. Snake, snake. Snake eating its own tail. Some of you, there's like some north node, south node astrological stuff going on. Obviously, moon cycles are also very important. Also noticing the sun. So you have sun, moon, north node, south node energy. God, that's a lot. That like, doesn't that just kind of scream karmic energy? I do feel, thank you, they're confirming. I do feel, oh, I just got the word, oh, there's a lot coming through. I just got sacrifice. I want to speak first to those who are experiencing this within themselves, because even if you're experiencing this with another person, they're still helping you with your relationship to self. Okay. So between your owl and snake self, the snake is absolutely your friend. The snake is absolutely your ally. And I want to say is actually really trying to get you to the other side here of something. Okay. That's really how it's feeling to me. Some of you could just chop this up to closing out some karmic energy, moving into dharmic energy, being done with a lesson even. Mm, I did just get this feeling. Yeah, they said just call a spade a spade. Some of you, it's actually being done with something that does feel a little bit more parasitic. Just gotta be honest, like something taking up space where you're supposed to be taking up space. Yeah. Some of you, that has to do with ancestral clearing. You know who you are. But it's time. Getting the train again. It's time, you know this is coming and it's actually unavoidable. I'm hearing collision. This dance between your owl and snake aspect of self, you're meant to merge. You're meant to merge with this piece of you. It is allowing you to be done away, I want to say, with some very difficult, very, very difficult cycles and experiences. But I also want to say, like, burdens and ways of thinking that are actually very harmful and toxic and probably passed down ancestrally. And I keep getting this feeling of like something was taking up space where you were supposed to be taking up space. That's what I'm feeling too. Some of you guys could see this as a transformation, a shedding, a rebirth. All these words apply. Even Phoenix rising, that word applies here too for some of you, even though it's coming through as snake. Not to mention fire. Also look at the numbers here. 46, 37, 19, 10, 10, 10. Completions with the 9, also highlighting how we move through completions. But I keep getting sacrifice with this as well. I feel like I channeled this recently. I think I did it on Patreon. Like the sacrifice I'm feeling doesn't feel like it's going with any sadness. It feels like something that you're going to feel so much relief with. So it's like whatever the sacrifice is, it feels energetic to me. It feels like getting rid of some energy is what it feels like. Again, I want to say it's whatever's been taking up space within you. That's not you. I'm hearing inherited. Yeah, that feels ancestral to me. Now, if you're dealing with this in terms of a person, this is a very interesting person. I feel like something about them has recently blossomed or opened or catalyzed or emerged. Again, this like snake out of the egg kind of a thing. How do I want to say this? Oh, how do I want to say this? I want to be careful with this. It's the fire. It's the fire on their side that I keep getting pulled into. They may operate in fire very heavily. They could have fire in their chart. I almost want to say they're a master of fire. Like they're a master of that element, even if they don't know it. Yeah, even if they don't know it. It's giving me like knowing, actually, I guess that's very snake-like. Knowing how to move, when to look, when not to look, what to say, when to say. It's like a master of how to utilize every bit of their energy in the exact ways that are needed. Like that's how it's feeling. Now, again, this is also an aspect of you. So it's like as this emerges, this is something that you could also be embodying right now as well, like a master of your own fire, a master of your own even empowerment. Some of you it's masculinity. Ooh, some of you it's your sensuality. Not mad at that. Um, they're helping you. They are your ally. And if you're questioning if they are or not, they are absolutely your ally in your own evolution with navigating some choices right now. And not being afraid of your own shadow or your own snake aspect of self. And some of you your own fire too. Let's pull some more cards. Let's get into animal spirit. Let's see. Oh, that was weird. I thought the ribbon was wrapped around it. Okay. Ooh, I haven't used these in so long. Okay, let's get back to the owl side. I just got the snake just pulled on me again. Again, the snake is like not like the snake is like, look at me, see me, pay attention to me. It's like, especially if it's an aspect of self, because like again, I keep getting like through like the owl aspect. There's definitely a lot of like, stay over there kind of energy. Um, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. Oh, okay. If you're dealing with a snake person, while they are a master of fire, I think they normally have a lot of patience, but I feel like for some reason that patience isn't there right now. Tell me about this snake aspect. Yeah, I'm getting keep your eyes on me, which is interesting because I feel like the owl had like you've had your eyes on the snake, but the snake is now looking back. And I feel like there's like an eye lock thing going on analogously. I don't think this is literal. Like if this is all about your own energy, you've seen this part of yourself and you're like, oh shit. And like you kind of want to look away, but that part of you doesn't want you to look away. That part of you wants to be like, no, you're gonna look at me. And you're gonna embrace me. But if it's a person, we'll get into that. Tell me about the snake energy. Yeah, starfish. Starfish is a very like shiny, captivating, look at me kind of energy, or it can be like entranced by something. And like that's exactly what I was just talking about. Like, don't look away. Don't take your eyes off. Yeah, like don't take your eyes off of me. Oh, interesting. They got the fox on their side. The snake has the fox. Again, another sly energy, right? Another very sly energy over there. I just want to make sure we stay focused here on the two different scenarios. If this is an aspect of self, you have a part of your shadow that is very sly and can be very sneaky. And you can use that in ways that are to your benefit that don't hurt anybody. I'm also getting very strong intellect from the fox as well, but I was already getting that with the owl anyway. But fox to me leans, if I had to compare, I feel like fox leans way more into snake-like energy than owl energy. Like I often look at fox as like Geminian of I see this, I dart this way. Ooh, I feel nope, this way, that way, this way, that way. Like trickster almost. Not that snake is trickster, but owl is way less trickstery than a snake would be. And even the eyes. Even the eyes. Aren't foxes known for shifty eyes? Aren't they? Aren't they? Maybe I'm wrong about that. If this is a person you're dealing with, again, as the snake, you have your eyes on each other. Like, you're not looking away. Fox can be a partner card. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic if you're dealing with another person, but this is very clearly an important connection that's helping you on your path. There's no doubt about it. It almost gives me soul contract vibes a little bit if this is someone you're dealing with. And they do very much have their eyes captivated and they don't want you to look away. I want to get one more for the snake. One more for the snake, please. Oh, God, the deck is talking. One more for the snake. Oh, well, shit. Excuse me. Hold on. Starfish, fox, and swan. So, of course, swan is out here. If this is an aspect of self, this is about you merging these two aspects of self. Swan can be an experience of wholeness. Swan can also be a mirroring partner card, if you will, or dealing with another person, which obviously for some of you, you are, right? Swan can also bring up like creative energy, like creative writing, artsy expression kind of energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Some of you, that's part of your deeper desire that you're kind of afraid about. Afraid of. I don't know, my grammar is so weird today. Combining your intellect with your own creativity. Yeah, allowing your owl to get creative. Allowing your owl aspect to get creative. God, even as I said that, I felt this like rigidity in my heart. Like no. Maybe some of you have been going through a creative rut or you struggle a little bit with creativity. Yeah, oh, interesting. Yeah. Some of you, I'm almost getting like some of you like force it a little bit. Like you force yourself to be creative just for the sake of being creative, which I don't think is necessarily bad. By the way, 333. Oh, just jumped to 338. But I don't think that's necessarily bad if you're doing that. Cause like sometimes to get in the rhythm of something, we gotta just like get ourselves to do it. Right? Or if we're like having a personal challenge or an insecurity about doing something, sometimes we just gotta do it. And then eventually we'll get comfortable and we can relax in it. And we're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I got this. So I don't see anything wrong with that at all. But I am feeling that for some people here. And for those who are dealing with this, sorry, it's just funny how messages come in. That's why I laugh like that. For some of you dealing with this snake person, they see this part of you. They see this like creative, almost want to, oh, okay, we'll go there in a minute, Spirit. They see this desire for more creativity. They see that like it's there. They see it, and they want to pull it out of you. They want to see you in that fully. See, they're an ally. That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This can even be a teacher for some of you, like a mentor of sorts. Could even just be a friend. But yeah, they do. They see it. They see it and they're like, come on out. Interesting. Okay. The other thing I was going to say when I said they see the creativity in you, what almost came out was they see the creator in you. So I was like, oh, right. And when you fully see somebody, like really see them, you're always going to see the creator in them because you're seeing the divinity in them. And we all have that, right? But we just have to allow ourselves to see that in other people. It's like, thank you. It's that problem that empaths have where it's like you just see light in everybody. You see everyone's light, you see everyone's potential, you're seeing the divinity in everybody, even if they don't know how to connect with that themselves, right? That creates all kinds of problems. That's a whole other video, but I do see that as well for those dealing with a snake-like person here. Now, again, most of you, this is between you and you, and this is about getting into your deeper desire for whatever that true well of creativity is. Your true well of creativity, not the forced one, not the one you think you're supposed to be doing, not the one that kind of looks interesting. And if you're still figuring it out, that's okay. That's part of this. That's part of this because it's a part of you that's trying really hard to be seen. So it's going to take a little bit of learning to kind of lean in deeper into the self in that way, in the kind of that scorpionic way. Um, but um, it is also in the same way, like honoring the truth of you and not just what you think you're supposed to fit into or what you think is going to be easy. There's something about that too for some of you owls. I'm getting so much about the owl. It almost feels like the snake has like stepped back a little bit. Um, some of you may have some notions here that there are certain like creative activities or options um, that are really difficult, but actually they're not. But you're just telling yourself that out of your own fear, of your own creativity and your own power. Excuse me. I'm just going to let that land while I pull animals for the owl. Okay, let's get back to the owl here since the snake has definitely stepped back a little bit. I just got something about the child. Excuse me. Oh, now I'm getting nasally. What is this about the child? I'm getting that on the magic card. I feel like you're well acquainted with your inner child. I do. I feel like you're very well acquainted. Thank you. Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay. Okay. So the snake that's emerging here within yourself, some of you by way of another person that's helping you with all of this, owl, that's really what this owl aspect is doing, like the way you're operating in it. It's actually trying to protect your inner child when it's not necessary. This sorcerer energy is about working with the shadow. This is like I want to say the bridging energy of working with the snake that's coming up within you. Some of you, the snake person, and your owl self is like, step back it up, doesn't trust, doesn't feel safe. Your inner child feels perfectly okay, but there's something about this owl part of you that isn't trusting the snake emerging within or trusting this like snake-like energy. That's the bridge. That's the connecting piece here. I want to say of allowing this emergence to happen, this like merging of the snake and the owl, allowing for this the true well of creativity to come up, for allowing this like embracing of your own power to come up. It's like allowing your inner child to touch the shadow. You're afraid to let your inner child touch the shadow here. Interesting. Getting something about an older brother. I don't know what that's about. They just wanted to be said, so I said it. It's out there. Something about older brother energy or archetype. Either involved in this situation actively or could even be tied to a reason as to like why you don't want your inner child to touch the shadow. Hey Z. Firefly, look at that. Oh, I love it. Firefly is like catalytic, muse-like, inspired energy. Again, creativity, right? Trying to bubble up to the surface. Okay. Yeah, see, like, I keep getting, like, your inner child is pretty happy. Like, I want to say you tend your inner child very, very well, but like, even like, your inner child is like ready for this true well of creativity. The hyena illusion. I'm telling you, it's like I can't shake it. It's like I feel like I'm seeing like your inner child. Like if you're just this owl energy, it's like your inner child self, this owl aspect of you that's like almost like a Queen of Swords energy. So like if you pull cards for yourself, you watch a lot of readings, like the Queen of Swords probably comes out a lot for you. like this Queen of Swords owl-like energy, like stand or even Aquarius energy, like standing in front of the inner child against the snake, against like this really deep well of creativity and desire and power of yours and or another person. And you're just like, no, 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 no. Because there's this feeling of not being able to trust it. Can I get one more for the owl? Oh, Stingray. That's like really kind of cool. This is here. So Stingray is water energy. It's actually my King of Cups card. The Stingray talks about having emotional and spiritual strength is what it speaks to. I often look at it too as like a very primordial masculine kind of energy, which I was getting a little bit off of the snake energy as well. This is how the animal cards are laying. Firefly, hyena, and stingray. That hyena is like the wall. It's the wall between your inner child and this part of your shadow. It's the wall that is like almost blocking this true well of creativity. It's this wall that's like blocking your ability to trust this like shadow snake part of you or another person. And it's just rooted in not trusting. It's rooted in not trusting. So, owls, you have your homework. Okay? You have your homework here. And again, most of you, this is all within the self, man. This is all between you and you. But if you're dealing with a person who's carrying this snake-like energy, they're here to help you to break through this. They're here to help you to take down that wall. And right now, your eyes are on each other. You see them and they see you. And you just to confirm that, like you are seeing each other. Okay. I would say, if anything, owls, you're probably looking at the snake person with that hyena not trusting energy, but the snake sees you very clearly. Okay. All right. Let's pull some tarot out here. Oh, oops. I shuffled the booklet in here. I was like, oh, why did that feel weird? Okay. And then after this, I'll talk about some of the energetics that have been going on for some people. I want to say, honestly, probably since the new moon in Libra. And also just another quick announcement. The 1st, November 1st, I'll be live on Patreon to do the full moon Taurus hangout. And as far as like the patron weekly goes, I kind of look back at my calendar. Most likely the 2nd, most likely the day after. Excuse me. Let's see. My niece was playing Let It Go from Frozen. I whispered, okay, damn. Oh, there you go. It's funny how little messages come up, right? Spirit is loud sometimes. Yeah, for real. For real. Okay. All right. Why did you do that? All right, let's get some cards out here. Any final messages regarding this spread? Any final messages regarding this spread? I feel like the snake just got closer. Like the snake energy went, I gave you space, I'm back. Okay. Sometimes they need to be yelled at, right? Right? Oh, thank you, CJ. I really appreciate that. Any other messages or insights for this spread? Thank y'all. Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is the owl energy, which again, I do feel like most of you are both the owl and the snake here. You're just reconciling these pieces of self. But as you're operating from the owl energy, again, you are being faced with some decisions right now. with many paths. Mm, mm. It's feeling a little bit like a fight. It's giving me five of wands, like five of wands, five of swords. I just got this like really kind of gross, icky feeling in my solar plexus. Yeah, this is giving me fives. It's giving me fives. It's actually not giving me twos, but this is Moon Libra. And I feel like the new Moon Libra played a huge role in this for whoever this is for. Again, I think it's for a lot of people, to be honest with you. Because there's something that I'm getting here about like just familiar and safe is what I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is the most well taken care of queen. She's the last queen before you go into Empress like status. She's been through some shit. She's seen some shit. She can handle a lot of shit. She's a very strong, he, whatever, very strong queen. But this is an energy of being really focused on material security, like how you're receiving material security, how you're maintaining material security, confidence, health, all that stuff as well, resources. And I'm getting this feeling of like, it feels very jarring. It's like, being tempted. Thank you. Being tempted. Yeah, being tempted to just kind of rely on what you've known and how you've operated. But I feel, thank you. Some of you owls, you're going through a much bigger life chapter, I want to say, or a lesson at this time about getting out of your comfort zone and actually like allowing yourself to be open and to learn some new ways of being and operating. It's giving me North Node, South Node, which we did get a little bit before, which that could be pertaining to like Virgo, Pisces, could be pertaining to any celestial body, but like we have the North Node, South Node, Pisces, Virgo right now. And this is Earth energy. But anyway, I keep getting like, I'm feeling like a breaking. I feel like owls, you have been going through an experience or a phase where you're being forced to like break certain habits, break ways of, I want to say material security, physical security, consistency, to help you come deeper into your own. And it is part of that like deeper desire, truer well of creativity, a truer you, right? But new ways, but new ways, new ways. They keep wanting me to say that over and over and over. Without the safety rails, some of you, that's how it's coming through. Without the safety guards. Ooh, without the safety guards. Take that for what you will. Yeah. And it feels like an internal battle. It does. It feels like a very strong internal battle, almost spiritual warfare like, but within the self. King of Pentacles at the bottom. Interesting, Page of Cups. If you're dealing with someone else outside of you, feels like the snake. All right, anything else here? Wow. Oh, geez. Well, if that doesn't say it all. Seven of Swords and Nine of Swords. So the Two of Swords is what the energy that encompasses or takes up the space between these two, right? It's connected, it's associated. So this like whole internal battle I'm feeling with you, it's also coming through like this. Seven of Swords and Nine of Swords. Some of you guys are really scared about fumbling, making certain mistakes or certain choices that end up being difficult for you and not as great as you thought. I'm getting that for sure, but I'm also getting some of that snake energy too, which again, most of you, this is about your own snake energy emerging and trying to be accepted by you, wanting to be embraced and accepted by you. But there's a lack of trust there. And the snake energy is a little sneaky. It's also a part of you that just knows how to do that. But Seven of Swords speaks to that, and the fear and anxiety about this energy within you also speaks to that. And I'm hearing like that this like emergence of the snake and embracing of the snake is for you. It's going to happen, but I keep feeling like you're fighting it because you're scared. Because you're scared of that piece of you. You're scared of what that comes with. You're scared of the change that comes with as well. And for those who are, thank you for the $14.99. Thank you. Longtime listener from Sydney, Australia. Oh, thanks. Oh, I gotta make my way out there someday. But for those where you're dealing with a snake person, you really just are not sure you should really trust them. You're scared. It's just what it's coming down to. You're scared to trust them because you can see them. But what you're seeing isn't bad. It's just part of their medicine. Thank you. Some of you it would benefit you to marinate on this question here. Why does that part of them scare you? Like why? Why does that part of them scare you? Is there something about that part of them that terrifies you about yourself? Is there some part of them or that snake-like energy of them that speaks to something within you? A lot of energy moved on as I said that. Where are we at? We're towards the end of the reading. Just being, just letting you know. Anything else? Any other messages or insights regarding this spread? That's a King of Pentacles still showing at the bottom. So the Six of Swords came, a lot of swords here, a lot of swords. Six of Swords came out on the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, which I love, because it is indicating that, like, yes, you are like constantly trying to discern the best path, the best options, the best decisions, etc. Right? But it also says to get out of this mistrust energy, to break through this wall. That's also affecting your creativity. It's also affecting your relationship with yourself and your own power. You got to be open to changing your mind. You got to be open to opening your mind. The Six of Swords card for me is about that because we cross water in the Six of Swords, and it's an air card. It's an Aquarius card as well. But when you're crossing water, going from one end to the other with this air element quality, it is about how are we transitioning in the realm of the psyche? How are we transitioning in the realm of the mind to go to different shores, right? So this does require you to open up a little bit and to let down this wall of mistrust and to let the snake in a little bit more. Embrace the snake a little bit more, even if it's just an aspect of you. And then we have, ooh, ow. Ouch. I was telling my patrons right after I got this. This has made me realize how much I move my eyebrows when I talk. When I get really expressive or when I sneeze or something, it really does hurt. It's like super fresh. Anyway, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. It's a Five of Cups energy there between the 8 and the 3. Oh, this was interesting. Oh, that's incredibly generous. Thank you. I would heart it if it would let me, but it's not letting me. Thank you so much for the 80. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this feels layered here. That Five of Cups energy with the 8 attached to the 3, that to me just feels like letting trying to release disappointment. But the disappointment is circulating around the Three of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. And as I'm sitting in it, I'm feeling both owl and snake here. I'm not feeling one or the other. The snake, okay. So again, take the analogy as you will, within the self or between two people. The snake is not going to let go of this owl. Let me put it another way. This snake is, I actually just saw a little tail around a little foot. It's this snake is not going to let the owl look away. That's what it is. The snake, and we already kind of got that. The snake is not letting the owl look away. It's almost like wanting to force the owl to really look and to really see and to really understand here. But there's Five of Cups energy and there is an Eight of Cups energy. That's what I want to look deeper into. And even with what's being held here, it's the Three of Cups. That's joy. That's celebration. It's actually a card of creativity as well. Most readers don't talk about that, but it is. It's a card of creativity as well. Like creative expression and putting something out there out of enjoyment, out of happiness, and for people to witness that as well. But this Eight of Cups energy. The snake low-key wants to swallow the owl whole. In this situation, I actually think that that would be very beneficial. There's clearly a merging that's trying to happen here, and it does feel inevitable. It does. Because again, most of you, this is between you and yourself, your own owl self and your own snake aspect of self that's in your shadow that you have been not looking at, that you haven't been wanting to fully embrace or acknowledge because you're afraid of what comes with that. But that's a part of you. It's not going to let you go until you acknowledge it fully, become one with it fully. And if this is a person, they don't want you to look away because they want you to, thank you, because they want you to see this about yourself. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Why is the Eight of Cups here? Tell me about the Eight of Cups. For those of you who are more in this owl energy, I got pulled back to like the snake wrapped around the owl a little bit here. I can also feel, I'm coming back here to the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. For the owls or owl aspects that are like really struggling to let go of familiarity, especially in that realm of material security, just comfort zone. We'll chop it up to comfort zone. I do want to say it's almost like you may have to rise a little bit in your fire or in your in your power to actually like break some of these very familiar comfort zone things. And some of you it's people. Some of you it's relationships that keep you in that comfort zone, that enable you to stay in that comfort zone. Thank you. You'll know what people they are because even though they enable a comfort zone, there's also something that feels wrong about it, about those connections, or something about actually, oh, thank you. Something about those connections that actually make you angry, trigger you. That's interesting. They said not trigger, make you angry. They're like, there's a difference. You're right. There's a difference, Spirit. You're right. Because these connections, again, this isn't for all of you, but yeah, some of you where there are these like connections that enable you to stay in your comfort zone, your soul knows that you need to break out of that. Your soul knows that they're just holding you. They're containing you. And it's like not allowing you to come into this fuller, deeper expression of self, especially with this like true creative well that they keep referencing that feels really important for you. Like creativity is beautiful and it's like we all can just be creative just for fun and we don't have to like do anything more about it. But I want to say for this part of the collective who's resonating with this, there's something about this truer creative well that actually feels like vital for your path is how it's feeling. So I don't know if it ties into career for you or if it just ties into like authentic happiness. But yeah, if you have connections like that, they may be comfortable, familiar, but something about them makes you irritated or irritates your spirit. And you may even feel conflicted about that. Like you can definitely care about somebody, but also understand that like, oh, I need this person not be in my life. I love them and care about them. I wish them well, but like they're not good for me or whatever, you know? Let's come back to the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the snake is your ally. Again, most of you, it's just yourself. So tell me about the Eight of Cups. Whoa, hold on a second. Ay, ay, ay. Those like flew out. A helping hand. A helping hand. Oh, this is the snake. Okay. I was like, what is happening here? So on this Eight of Cups, that's attached to the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Like I said, the snake is not going to let you look away because most of you, you're also the snake. And your own shadow is going to be like, no, you need to accept all of ourselves, right? But for those of you where it's a person, they do want to help you. They see you. They see you, and they also see like what you're not fully embracing about yourself, and they like want to pull you up into that. Um, Hence why they don't want you to look away. But with the Three of Cups and the Eight of Cups, there's a Five of Cups energy, right? There's some sort of disappointment here attached to the Eight of Cups. And I actually want to say the disappointment may be yours, about what you need to, well, the comforts, the comfort, the comfort zone, and any environment, lifestyle choices, relationships, etc., that have kept you there. Because with the Eight of Cups, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is a helping hand to rise into victory with the Six of Wands. Remember when I kept saying that I kept feeling like Five of Wands, Five of Swords? The Six of Wands is the victory out of the struggle and the murkiness and the conflict and the strife of the Five. And it is by way of helping hand with the Six. That leads to the Seven of Pentacles. That leads to, okay, well, what's next? Okay, what's next? After the helping hand, okay, what's next? And I'm hearing baby steps here. I'm hearing, yeah, okay, baby steps and integration. All right. I feel like we're reaching the end of the reading here. So for those of you where you are learning to embrace the snake aspect of self, this does feel like one step at a time, 1 inch at a time of severing or letting go or not engaging with certain things that enabled you to be in your comfort zone, that also enables you to ignore this deeper well of creativity, this deeper well of authentic expression in your creativity or even your own power or your deeper desires, right? All of just you. The snake. Every step. Hold on a second. Sorry, I just got that song coming through. Every step you take away from the comfort zone and into this, like, into opening up to the embracing the snake aspect of self or the snake person is a step closer to what's on the other side, which is, again, just this more authentic you, a more embodied you, someone who is acting on their deeper desires, creativity, power, and some of you more psychic ability as well. But it is a baby step. It's baby step, baby step, baby step, baby step. So the song that came through was the how does it go? It's kind of a creepy song. It's actually a stalker song, but it makes sense here with the eyes on the eyes thing. Every step you take, every choice you make, I'll be watching you, right? Again, this is like, I'm not getting stalker situation, even though that is a stalker song. It's not what I'm getting. It's more like every step we take, every little baby step, I'm right there with you. Right? Every little baby step towards embracing the snake aspect of self and getting out of your comfort zone, right, is a closer step towards yourself. But also this aspect, the snake aspect, feels very protective, which I like. I actually really, really like that. Because the snake aspect is also sharpening your discernment. You probably are very discerning already. That's getting even sharper, right? And if you're experiencing this by way of a help with a friend or another person who has these snake-like qualities, I want to say they do feel very protective of you. They care about you, which is why they are invested in seeing you progress in this way, evolve in this way, making it to the other side in this way. Police, every step you take. Thank you. I was like, I didn't know who the artist was on that. Yeah. One final card. One final card for what this is building up into. Yeah, look at that. Looky. Look at that. Happiness. Happiness, wish fulfillment. I also want to say a very healthy emotional contentment in your independence. I know that was a mouthful, but that's how it wanted to be said. Not hyper dependent. It's not that. It's just having a deeper sense of satisfaction in your independence. It's just how it wanted to be said. And King of Wands on the bottom, very confident. And look, very fiery. Which this aspect, that fire energy, comes with the snake. Okay? Yeah, wow. Eight of Swords with the World, completing the Eight of Swords, that limited way of being, right? And not choosing not to look at something. Wow. Oh, Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups, choosing the cup that is actually aligned to your truest creative well and your truest, deepest desires, and not being afraid to choose it. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Very glad I got on here tonight to do this reading with you guys. Now, let's talk about some recent energy. Hold on a second. Ay, ay, ay. Like, I just don't know what I want to label this yet. Hold on. The owl and the snake. True desire unlocked. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that'll be a good title. Okay. Where's my tea? There's my tea. Whew, all right. Now, this next part's gonna be very brief. And it's not for everybody. And I want to say it has to do with any fallout from the new moon Libra. Okay. And when I say fallout, I mean emotional, energetic, physical, that kind of stuff. Oh shit. We may get some big downloads here. Suddenly I just felt my crown go whoa. I was like, oh shit, is my crown getting ready to receive? Hold on, let me clear all the cards and then we'll get into it. Oh. Also, since I got this piercing, interesting things have been happening. Which doesn't surprise me. I've been very aware for a long time the interesting things that take place when you get piercings and tattoos, especially intentionally. And this was like perfectly well timed. But anyway, that's not important. Okay. I feel like I needed to clear my space here. All right. So again, not everybody is experiencing this, and I do feel like this is really contingent upon, how do I want to say this? The energy you've chosen to be in for yourself. Okay. Like it's really contingent upon that. I definitely think that's why most people are not experiencing this. Now, I don't watch a lot of other astrologers. I actually try not to because my own relationship with astrology, well, it's my own relationship with astrology. And I do actually try to actively have a connection to some of these celestial bodies between me and spirit and them. So I try not to watch too much outside of that connection or channel. But just like, when I have stuff on my feed, you see thumbnails and you see titles and what have you. And so the new moon Libra, I feel like there was a lot of emphasis on justice. I feel like there was a lot of emphasis on putting things right. And I do think that there is some of that going on, but it's like, it's only as a result of your own choosing is really how it's feeling. And so for some people, I feel like the new moon Libra ushered in a window to make some very strong choices, to be in specific energies, to be in specific beliefs, or to be on specific paths, and to stick to that. Not everyone has stuck to that. But if you've stuck to a certain way of thinking, if you have decided to stay really focused on maintaining a certain energy, or you've decided to stay focused on a goal or a want or a wish, anything like that, certain things felt like they were getting locked in this last week. Hold on, let me took my glasses off to focus, but people send a super chat. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. I am loved. Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy birthday season, Scorpio. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there, especially the Halloween Scorpios. I just think that, such a special day. Anyway, coming back here, it does feel like certain things were getting locked in. And then as a result of that, some people were definitely getting, how do I want to say? Their physical realities were catching up to those choices. So if you made any of these, like, again, decisions, staying focused, etc., staying in certain energies, about what you truly want in terms of like going higher or more evolved or more love, like these like bigger, stronger, higher vibrations, um, your physical reality caught up with you. Okay, and even especially in the body, especially in the body, that may have also come with some shifting of your reality in terms of your relationships, even your work. um, Definitely the physical vessel. And with the vessel, I feel like this came through with patrons as well. A lot of solar sacral, the throat was huge, the third eye was also really huge. um, some of those sensations can also come with I kept hearing waves. Waves, like that was the big thing, like waves, 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 like waves of suddenly like super fatigued, waves of dizziness, waves of like you're super like elated and feeling like things have really shifted for you, and then suddenly like bruh, you're just like crying. It was like, why am I crying? Things like that. I'm hearing the word confronted. I feel like that also came up recently over on Patreon. Some of you may have been confronted. Um, ooh, mm, yeah. Some of you may have been confronted with the reality you had chosen or the reality that you are leaving or have left behind. That feels, that could have come up in different ways. That could have just been an internal confrontation, emotional. Some of you, this happened in dream time. Some of you, this is very physical. Like someone from your past hitting you up and being like, hey, what's up? And you're like, why are you calling me? Could even be like that. Um, it's all just part of allowing this true anchoring in to happen with the choices that you have made around this time. And especially if there have been a lot of choices for, what the best way to say this? For finally choosing you, or no, that's not the best way. Some of you, that's what it is. But it's like there's a bigger thing attached to that. For finally making a different choice. I think that's a better way to say it. For finally making a different choice that actually does balance the scales in your favor. There we go. There it is. Finally making the different choice to balance the scales in your favor, hence creating your own justice, right? This is of your own choosing. And so doing that, the cosmos has responded essentially by helping you along. Um, some of you, there is a very strong alchemical shift happening as well, which like obviously does like impact like the whole physical sensations. Don't be surprised as well if there's been a lot of bleed through. The veil has been super thin. The veil has been like non-existent kind of thin. Um, that's a biggie. Hold on a second. How do I want to talk about that? That's a big topic to tackle. Because the veil has been so thin and non-existent, there has been a lot of bleeding through. There have probably been a lot of people perceiving psychic attacks, and there's a reason I'm saying perceiving here, because these energies that are perceived as psychic attacks, some of these energies are just old realities bleeding through, like old versions of you, even. So it's like, again, it's you being confronted by yourself, it's you being confronted by your old reality. And you can perceive this as psychic attack if you want to, or spiritual warfare if you want to. If those words make you feel good, then do you. I think there's a lot of ways to look at that, especially when the veil, like I said, when the veil is this thin, but also when the veil is this thin, as far as like bleed through also from other people who have either made similar choices or not. You may feel all of that. And depending on how strong those like psychic bleed throughs are, that could also prompt a physical manifestation of like talking to somebody. Kind of what I said before, like if someone hits you up from your past and you're like, whoa, why are you like this is interesting and weird and crazy. But again, it's just the old realities being confronted here as things get calibrated and locked in and elevated and shifted. They're bringing me back to the body as well. Some of you may have also been experiencing, they're bringing the word flush. Yeah, that came up in the patron reading as well. Some of you may have been experiencing this as a flushing of your system. That could be emotional, that could be physical, that could be energetic. And again, I'm getting waves, 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 waves of that. As far as like your actual life being flushed through, I actually don't, I'm not feeling that one as much. It feels very internal to me as I tune into it. Uh, and also something that's coming up now too that I think also ties into the reading we just did. I'm hearing bravery. There may be some people in the collective who are going through this where you feel like you need to be very brave at this time. Um, and I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. Um, mm, how do I want to say this? To not look back? No, that's not it. There's something else there. There's something else there. I think that's part of it for some people, but that's not what wanted to come through. Um, just to be brave in the choices you made and sticking to them. Especially those of you who are getting confronted a lot, like over and over and over and over again. They're not tests. They're not. I mean, well, some of y'all know how I feel about tests. If you're new, you probably have no idea what I how I feel about tests. I don't really feel like tests are tests. It's a whole explanation as to why that is. I but I almost don't want to get into it right now. Um, they're not tests, it's just that the veil is so thin, and then it's like these different, like, think of it like a radio, right? Where it's like you turn it and it goes to a different channel, right? These are literally just different versions of you and different realities of you that you have already said goodbye to, that you've already said no, that you've already decided no more. Because the veil is so thin, it's like all the channels are running at the same time and we know it and we see it and we feel it and we hear it. Some of us more than others. But that's not going to last too long. That's not going to last too long. Um, so just stay focused. Don't forget why you've decided what you've decided, right? Or why you want what you want. Because when these bleed throughs happen or these confrontations happen, it could be really easy to just allow yourself to kind of like mesh back into that. So that's why staying focused is important. And staying brave with your decisions is very important too. I feel like there's something else that wants to be said there. Mm, I don't think so. There's like a couple things coming up, but I feel like this is not new stuff. I feel like this is stuff a lot of us are familiar with, but maybe I got some new people watching. Um, so like when you also are talking to certain people or hearing certain songs or you're seeing certain things around and it makes you think about somebody, or you get this like weird like flashback or feeling that you had, when you were somewhere else or when you were in a certain relationship or you were in a certain job or when you were engaged in certain habits, that's a bleed through. And it is showing you something, it's telling you something, especially when it comes to like relationships. Um, like for example, like let's say you get a notification on your phone and you don't see the name, but you see like some words, like some of the text, and you go, oh, why? Like it makes you think about, I don't know, someone that maybe you got some crunchiness around or someone you don't want to have a lot of contact with. And then you open it and it's actually from someone else. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's a bleed through from the person you were feeling like crunchy about, showing you something about how they're feeling about you or what you are, what's going on in the ether between your energies. Um, if you're an astrologer, does it mean you don't believe in manifestation? No. That's a very interesting question. Wow, I don't think I've been asked a question like that. You can believe in astrology and manifestation at the same time. I don't like the word manifestation at all. I don't like that word. It really bothers me. I think it's really overused. I think it's become very distorted at this point. Um, just speaking honestly, like I like cultivate. I like the word cultivate. I like the word co-create. Um, anchoring in, seeding. Like I like those words. Um, but yeah, no. It's like yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the whole like science versus like spirituality argument. They're both to me they're one and the same. To me, they're one and the same. Like, that's why metaphysics is a thing. I don't I think that there are very, very, very few things in this world where it's like all or nothing. You know what I mean? I think there's truth in everything. I think everything is connected, and I don't think pretending that like this thing over here is independent of all of these other things or like can't impact this thing over here, I think is just an illusion that I think just allows people to get boxed in. Um, Like, I mean, really thinking about it, it's like literally everything in this world touches everything, even if we're just talking about concepts, you know? But belief plays a huge role into that. Um, Actually, belief drives a lot in relation to that. But actually, thank you for saying that because, like, I do think for some people with this energy who are going through these like waves, um, how do I want to say, you may be surprised as to how your own beliefs shift as you're going through these waves. Because there could have been some of your beliefs that are tied into these like older versions of self or older realities, even if they're from really long time ago. That because of whatever you have decided, I am choosing this for myself now, or I am doing this for myself now, or balancing the scales in some way for yourself, um, that comes up to be released. And so you may start to realize you're starting to look at the world very differently. Well, let's see. How to get them to stop with the song requests. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. There's a lot of songs that come up in my reality for different people, and it's crazy how spirit will shove them in my face. And I'm just like, and I know they're coming too. Like before I hear it, I'll like that person will come into my mind's eye, and then boom, the song comes on. I'm like, of course. Of course. Hold on. Glad I caught you live. Let's see, LMAO. No, for real, man. Like especially this last week with like all this like thin veil craziness. Sometimes I'll wake up with music in my head. Yeah, I wake up with music in my head a lot. Well, let me put it another way. I'll wake up and I have like a second or two, and then a song comes in, and I'm like, oh, oh, and then I know why that song is coming up for me. Um, I get lots of messages through music. Music is divine. Music is absolutely divine. If God had a sound, right? Well, I guess God is sound. It's just the physical manifestation of God auditorily, right? Anyway, not trying to make this a waxing philosophical live, which actually I've only done one of those so far. I'd like to do those more, maybe when I have more um, time to just sit in nature and contemplate. See, it's funny how you don't even realize what they were, and then all of a sudden it all makes sense. Yes, totally, totally. Um, let's see. Yes, yes. I wake up hearing songs I've never heard before sometimes. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. All right, guys, we are complete for the night. I'm gonna put up these timestamps. It may take a little bit, for YouTube to process all of that. But don't forget to like, excuse me, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And also, as far as like videos go, I have playlists. So if any of you guys are feeling like you are just feeling called to a collective reading, a sign reading, even from years ago, they're all in playlists on the homepage. And also because I do lives and I do more lives than I do uploads. Don't forget to check the live tab because it's not what they show you right away. If you want to see if there's been a video, because I know not everybody gets notified of my content. So yeah, but patrons, you'll see me on the 1st and most likely the 2nd. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I don't think so. This is going to be an interesting rest of the week for sure. But I'm going to go. But thanks for hanging out with me today and for receiving this message. And I hope it serves you guys well. All right, I'm going to go. Bye guys. Take care. Oh, and thank you for the super chats, by the way. I know I said thank you individually, but still, thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going to go. Bye guys.